I studied a book which I urge you to, Growing Apart, Indonesia and Nigeria. How this country, after studying it, I went to the US, sat down with Professor Lewis that wrote the book, discussed the book. After discussing the book, I traveled to Indonesia, met from Minister of Planning, Minister of Health, Minister of Education, Minister of Small Villages, Minister of Small Businesses, met the Vice President, and the most famous president, Widodo. In our 1 week or so of going there, I went there with 2 people, highest Muslim country in the world. We didn't see one person that was begging. We didn't see people who were feeling a sense of poverty. And when I asked, I didn't see people begging. They told me they're in industry working. Why wouldn't the same thing happen in Nigeria? So when you talk about what am I going to do, how do we get young people in Indonesia today? Small businesses employ over 90% of the workforce because small businesses are supported. The official rate of interest is about 15%. Small businesses get the same thing, about 5 to 6% to support them. We're supporting the young people here. They are out on the street on their own. Nobody cares for them. Nobody asks where they go, how they get the next meal. And that is the crisis you've developed.
So what would you do to help the young people?
God, they have created wealth. I know how small businesses function. That's why I went to Egypt to study power. That's why I went all over the world to study what they're doing. If you can today invest, somebody said, I'm going to give you power. If I don't give you power, don't do it. In the past 3 years, government has not financed or commissioned any power plant. And they won't do so in 2 years because it takes time. That's why I told you that you don't need, nobody expects you to execute 100% of what you promise. People want to see 100% effort and they move in the right direction.
But some people will say that this government has a move in the right direction. That's what they said.
Show me.
The direction of removing the subsidy. You said you remove the subsidy. They removed the subsidy. No. Is that the right direction?
That's not.
Is that the right direction?
Let me answer it now.
Yes.
He said, I'm removing subsidy so we can stop borrowing and use the resources in critical areas of development. You came here and said, this food that is on this table, you don't want us to eat this one. Let me take this one. I'm going to give you a better food in the evening. In the evening, we didn't even see you talk less of food. We have now borrowed more.
Peter Obi.
Now borrowed more.
So what are you going to do?
We have not borrowed more
because we have very limited.
We have not seen any impact.
For us to
so where is the savings from subsidy? Have we stopped borrowing? That's what you promised.
Okay.
So if, for example, you said today we're not borrowing because we remove subsidy, good. If you say today because we remove subsidy, our primary health care is working.
So what are you going to do about young
We
people?
now have more infant mortality than India. 1.4 billion people, and we are 200, but we're overtaking them in infant mortality. This is now one of the worst places to be born on earth. You can check it, sir. Okay. So these are things I want to change.
Okay, so the young people, let's come back to that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do for them?
I'm going to support small businesses. Because young people, that's where they're domiciled. They are the owners of small businesses. Imagine empowering and supporting over 40 million small businesses to even employ one person. You change Nigeria. Okay. It's not going to be overnight, but they could see it. They could feel it. I came from the financial institution, so I can direct them on how to support them financially, where government will intervene, what we're going to do. Look at what happened to us with our farmers. Instead of intervening when there was a crisis, we went to import food, killed all the farmers.
Okay, so then what about women? What are you going to do about women?
Oh, I said it every day. I'm going to do affirmative action. As governor, go and check. At the time, I have more women in my cabinet than I have men. My chief of staff was woman, commissioner for education, woman, commissioner for local government, woman. I can go on and on. Critical commissioner for planning, woman. The person in charge of this head of service. I can go on and on. So for me, it's a critical. It's even something that we should be ashamed of. Women are 51% of Nigerian population. Call it 50-50. So 50% of your population is not actively participating in governance and the corporate world of your system. You're finished.
Okay, so some critics said that this current government has failed in the area of advancement in technology. What are you going to do differently?
No, they failed in everything. Don't say in the area of this. People are hungry. There's advancement.
Peter, have you said they failed in everything?
Everything they failed.
Next meal will
My
come
audience,
from this country any longer. I said Ukraine that is at war is donating grain to Nigeria. The entire
I too love my
size of
principal.
Ukraine is
Jesus.
about 600,000 square kilometers. Northern Nigeria is 750 something. So Northern Nigeria is 25% bigger than Ukraine. And that one, they're giving us grain. So they failed in everything. Don't say they failed in this.
Okay, so what would you do with technology? What are you going to do for those young people?
We're in a knowledge economy.
Yeah.
I just told you that I bought computers for children in school where we have the highest number of computers than any other sub-Saharan Africa, sub-state, sub-national in the whole of Africa. So if you see, they see what people will do when they get there. By what they've done, they said, we measure people by what they do when they have the least local government opportunity or state opportunity. Unfortunately, I live in a country where there's no merit. People don't celebrate what is good. They celebrate the opposite. So if Kaide today, I was the best in MDG, it is not talked about. People don't talk about, oh, you did well in education, or did well, because I live in a country where we celebrate criminality. We celebrate fantastically corrupt people. We celebrate rascality, bad behavior.
Okay.
So if I come in here with police now and they push you to the wall, then people know I'm a very powerful man.
Okay, let me ask you this question because it's been on my mind since we started this conversation. Yeah. I remember 2016 when Muhammadu Buhari, then General Buhari, was campaigning. I listened to some members of the APC who said that this is a good man. He is an upright man. He is a man who is not going to tolerate nonsense when it comes to corruption. And what we saw was a case of Nigeria was stolen black and blue and stolen blind. Now, some members of your party are saying they're standing.
All right, I'll stop it right there. Wow, what an interview. My principal, Peter Gregory Obi. That man is saying they fail in some area. He said no, they failed in everything. And that's just the truth. Tell me one area where Tinubu is passing. If in fact Tinubu people, now they listen to us now because you guys are too hypocritical. Now they disguise. Can't tell me the area where your principal for good right now. Just tell us. Maybe we don't know. We are here to learn. Tell us the area where Tinubu for not fail. From number 1 to 100, from A to Z. Tell me where he no fail.
They give empowerment.
It's so unfortunate. Ah, God. I appreciate you all, my people. I'm not going to let my monologue stay that long. We spent so much time already on our presentation. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you listening to us right there. You are going to hear a proper analysis now of what we have presented so far. Stay tuned, hold your coffee, or anything where say they drink. Hold it close. Hold it close to yourself, and listen to my wonderful panelists. Somebody told me the other day, we were just talking, when we were watching football. He said, bro, your platform, I get the best panelist ever since when they follow social media on political matters. I say, how long you they watch me? Because I don't know, say this guy they watch me all the time. You know football talk now, we just switch. I say I want to come on because I want to go start my broadcast and all that. Now I say, which platform? He said, Nigeria watch media now. I say, I don't know. Now there I can't know, say my friend introduced them to him back in November last year. And he has been so consistent. He rained praises on my panelists. And the truth is this. Somebody also told me some time ago, I wish I said it here, on my comment section, that my comment section is so moderated. It means we know how to carry ourselves on the comment section. For example, today, I noticed something on the comment section. Osa Ide, yes, I can see you, Mr. Alex. Our brother Osaide, my brother is still there. If I got your name right, Osaide, you are tackling one satanic Tinubu people on the comment section. You know what thing I like on this our platform? If you are satanic, you come to the panel, they go tackle you. If you dey comment section, you are satanic. We get our people there, we go see tackle you. You no need to consign me. They go your hand do you, clear you, come up for grant. I dey see us they squeeze that person for comment section, not be small. I don't know it be there, I don't forget the name. They say listen, there's nothing you can say on this platform, especially when you are deceitful, that you can run away with. It's not possible. Except say now only you come to the panel, now only you still end the platform. How? You can't. The best panelist, show me another panel. If I'm my panelist, I'm sorry to say this, let me brag small. My panelists are more educated, articulate, more than Arise and Channels. You go argue now. You say, no, because you want to look name. You don't want to look at the facts, but you want to look at name. After all, Arise is bigger than me. Channels is bigger than me. Maybe that one you want to look to judge. Right? Just like somebody who you want to marry. You go marry a woman who will be billionaire. And Mr. A can't go marry a woman who is poor. Automatically now, because that woman is billionaire, she's the best wife. Why is she the best wife? That's what you want to say now. I'm telling you on air, my panelists, they are more articulate, more educated, the best analysts on social media. In fact, compare. Tell me platform where they are better than us. Just tell me one. If it dey, but me never see them. Now make me compare with Arise and Channels to let you know that yes, this is it. I'm proud of what I've built. The day I started building this, and today, look where we are. I'm grateful. We are not biased on this platform. In case you want to accuse me of being biased, that make me talk about Emeka yesterday. Say now 2023 we're supposed to remove you. People don't insult me, tired. Remove Emeka. I not remove you, but only one day we will bounce you out. You say I'm biased because it could not favor you. We speak truth to power. We cannot compromise our stand here on this platform. It's not possible. I cannot. I appreciate you all my panelists, both the one that is on air and off air, the one that come to the platform once in a while. That footprint is there, that this is the platform where we speak truth to power. Now see what Mr. Ferreira, a submission where Ferreira give yesterday. Ferreira is somebody that doesn't come here regularly. Oh, he's one of our panelists. He came yesterday, everywhere shake. You hear him. Talk less of the people that is just frequent. They are here breaking it. If you want lie, they stop you. They make us say nobody should mention my name. You call your whole platform, can't lie. You just lie. An obvious lie. You say me they don't mention your name. How do we give submission on a panel? Is to counter anybody's submission that is not aligning to what we are talking about. But if they don't mention your name, that means you can give a free satanic submission and run away with it. That's what it means. I appreciate every one of you right there. My lovely mother of our mommy diaspora. Thank you very much, mommy. I appreciate you for all that you do, for always being there for us. Thank you very much, my brother Abu Azi. I appreciate you. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you, Mother Peggy Modi. Thanks for already for the super chat. I'm very, very grateful, ma. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you, Madam Eugenia. Thank you, Madam Stella Masavido, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, Michael Organ Emaro, Ziki. I can see you. Eva Line. Thank you. Osaide, Mike Akionbare. Thank you, thank you, thank you. August Blessing, and many, many more right there. Leonard, thank you, my people. Me, thank you. In fact, Oza Tessie, I can see you all. Thank you, thank you. Now, plenty for that, not be small. And God bless you. Now, please help us to press on the like, help us to share. Let's take it from here. In case I don't mention your name, I want you guys to always know that I appreciate everybody on this platform equally. Until you commit crime, I know everybody is on my own. Even when you commit the crimes, they give you long rope or long trial to change. Now, only when you not change after a long time, why I give you now, they take action. Not they quick take action like that. Yes, I appreciate you all. God bless you all, my people. Let's start talking right away. For those of you that want to call in, this is the best time. Or I just move straight to my panelists. You know, someone told me the other day that I'm biased. I'm not prioritizing callers that much. My panelists. No be say I know they do them. Listen, for me, I look for escape route. In case you don't know, do you know that when my panelists is giving their submission, now that time they quick make my coffee, drink water, or stretch my body and all that. The callers, if I have to take like 20 calls every day, for example, then you want me to break down. You know, easy like that. You want me to break down. I'm being honest. I'm just saying the honest truth right now. You know, thank you very much, Madam Emmy. Please talk to us, ma'am. Madam Emmy. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening.
Talk to us. Good evening to you.
Good evening to everyone in the panel, those in the comment section, and Mommy Diaspora. I just want to say thank you very much for this video. And this is actually what Nigerians need to hear from Peter Obi himself, those that don't know Peter Obi, because the other day, who has been on this platform was asking questions with regards to why is he moving. So people are still not aware of what is going on in Nigeria. So things like this, they will get more educated and know exactly how to deal with the situation they're in. Now, with what we've heard, anyone in this platform today that still believe in APC and Tinubu, they are from the pit of hell. And I just pity them because they are just slaves that can never, benefit from the good things of life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Amy. God bless you. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, we are moving on because we have 2 segments today, politics, and we move on to Katakata with Fu Everywhere with Very Dark Man, Justice Crack, the Peter for Nigeria, Mama P, and many other everywhere those scatter. So we are coming on that on our second segment. So I'd like us to address this political presentation first before we move to that area. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you for your time. Press on that like. Press on the like. More than not is selfish with like. I was saying we could press on the dollar sign. I'll go jump and pass. And I'll give you a submission. And I'll go give you a comment. But press on like doesn't take anything away from you. Now, look at the like that we currently have. We have about 400 people watching us. And our likes is just 98. 98. This is so bad. Why? Why is it 98? I bet we could take this thing go 150 before we move on. I'm not going to go anywhere. I want to play music now, to be honest. 150, it was complete. I'm not, to be honest. Sometimes the likes what they get for you is so annoying. How can you have a number that is watching you? We have almost 500 people that were listening just now. What happened to the likes? Although I know some people come to this platform, they don't ever forget their likes. That's the first thing they do. But some of you, they watch us there. Are you telling me that APC people, they watch us pass? Maybe they are wicked. I can never give him like. No, they are not. This thing 150 go complete. I want to go break right now. If you're not complete, to be honest, we'll not give submission for this platform today. I'm so sorry, but I have to do this.
Whichever way, by all means necessary, you must have electricity. And you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I don't win, and I come back, by all means necessary, don't vote for me. You must have electricity. That's the truth. And you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise will be a promise. But he said, if I don't keep the promise, by all means, and I come back for second time, don't vote for me. You will not pay for estimated bill anymore. Now now GBT, now Ojoro, now deceit, now mago, now lie, truth, no day, their mouth. Listen again. If I don't keep the promise and I come back for second time, waiting, you say, make we do. Don't vote for me again. Don't vote for me again. Don't vote for me. Good. That is the truth. By all means necessary, you must have electricity. If I don't keep the promise and I come back for second time, don't vote for me. If I don't keep the promise and I come back for second time, don't vote for me. That is the truth. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. That is the truth. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. That is the truth. If I don't keep the promise and I come back for second time, don't vote for me. Whichever way, if I don't keep the promise, whichever way, if I don't keep the promise, whichever way, if I don't keep the promise, don't vote for me, don't vote for me, don't vote for me, don't vote for me, that is the truth. Don't vote for me, don't vote for me, that is the truth. Don't vote for me, don't vote for me, that is the truth. Who says so? Who says so? Who says so? B.A.T. Who says so? Tinubu. Who says so? Why your leader? He fulfill him. No. He keep the promise. Not at all. Waiting he say make we do. Don't vote for me. You go vote him. No way. You go vote him. Nigga. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. That is the truth. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. That is the truth. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. That is the truth. Don't vote for me. Vote like liar. Out. Vote mago, out. Vote GBT. Out. Vote wayo. Out. Vote incompetence. Out. Vote boro out. If I don't keep the promise, don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. That is the truth. Don't vote for me. That is the truth. If I can't keep the promise and I come back for second time, don't vote for me. That's the truth.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, my people. We're almost there. We have 144. Now 150 I asked for. The remaining 6 must complete before I go move on. Okay, it's now 143 now. I'm just monitoring it. 7 more to go. We know they talk for this platform today. We know your verse. We know they talk if we don't get down minimum 150. You know, as we're talking, we still have 350 people listening. We have 146 likes. 4 more to go. Get off from inside your duvet. If you know, say you never press, you dey inside your duvet now. You press remote there. You are waiting for me to say, I beg, make we talk, Joe. May you get up, Madam Epa, get up. Go and press it. Press it, Joe. If you say, make I talk, Joe, may you still go press and Joe. Now you're not doing it. Don't complete now. God bless you all, my people. I appreciate you all. Let's start talking. God, oh, okay, James Omen, thank you very much for your super chat. I'm very, very grateful. God bless you all. I'll do super chat one day like that. So I need 20 people to give me super chat. 20. If you don't complete, we end the show. We go sleep. I'll do it one day like that. But because they involve money, we know if we do that one. Because they involve money, because people will read it in a different way. So I will never be part of that. I appreciate you all. Let me start with the first person on the panel today. Although the first person on the panel is Black Panther, but let's prioritize Mr. Alex, please. Black Panther, then I'll come to you. Do you agree? Do you agree, Black Panther?
I agree because, not because I said that my brother, because it's somebody that speak the truth. Go ahead.
Okay, Alex speak the truth. Alex, they say Okpebolo don't buy Alex now. Oh,
they
God.
don't buy that man.
They say he give him 1 billion.
Alex,
1 billion.
Alex, that principality, oh.
Alex, the 1 billion Okpebolo give you, not share and reach this side, though.
They say will be na principality. Alex na senior principality.
They not fit buy my brother, never ever. God punish them. Talk to me, my brother. Good evening to you.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, you are clear, very clear.
Yeah, thank you for the work you're doing. Thank you for your revelation intervention. My fellow gladiator, Mr. Black Panther, my ever vocal voice, thank you for your contribution to the Nigerian urgent stable. I say Efkaristo Parapoli for the good work you're doing. Greetings to everybody on the platform. Those on the comment section, Mommy Diaspora, I say greetings, Mommy. And our viewers worldwide, our enemies also are watching us to look for fault. We say greetings also. Thank you for taking out your time out of your busy schedule to be a very good enemy to monitor what we are doing here. Those who are benefiting from the wickedness going on in Nigeria that are also watching us, thank you. Thank you. For me, I just let me just breeze through what is presented. I'll start with Mr. Peter Obi, and we must not miss this guy in 2027. We must not miss him at all. It's going to be very bad. It's going to be very terrible. You know, we spoke about 2023. Before then, we spoke that we should not allow it happen. So let me assume that we've learned our lesson, a bitter lesson, and we are still learning. We are still paying the hard way. So Peter Obi spoke very well. He spoke like a leader. He spoke like somebody who wants to hit the ground running. So Nigerians must be united now. Let's not be distracted by the dichotomy or the divergent views of very dark man, Mama P, Randy Peters. You know, we are one. Politicians have a way of dividing us. I noticed that very dark man himself, two things I noticed is very, very wrong with him. One, I see that there is a level of childishness in him. Childishness, you know, there's a lack of exposure. When you are exposed, you don't really care who's doing the job. You don't really care who shares the sky with you. The sky is big enough to accommodate everybody. What keeps us on Nigeria Watch is our level of exposure and education. Everybody must not be on the camera. Everybody must not be the leader. Just be happy to contribute your quota. Very dark man wants everything to be around him, and it's a sign of foolishness and childishness, with due respect. You know, he's childish in his idiosyncrasies sometimes. So I don't know the kind of friends he spares. I don't know if he has elderly people or people who are older than him. Sometimes age is wisdom, experience is very important. He lacks that experience. He's always threatened when something more popular than him comes up. Like Peter Obi's name has gained momentum in the last 1 month now. In the last 3 weeks, He cannot control that. He cannot handle it. He's wondering because he's not in the picture and he doesn't want to be in the picture. So he cannot deal with that ego because he thinks he's the biggest. He has to be talked about every week, every day, every minute. It has to revolve around him. Life is not like that. For me, that is foolishness. That is lack of education, lack of exposure. I mean, it doesn't matter who does the job should be done. And another thing that is wrong with him, I said two things. Another thing is the fear because he lives in Abuja. He has that fear, that PTSD, like Mama Rita will always say, post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, he was arrested, tortured, beaten by DSS. Since that torture, since he came down out from the dungeon of the DSS, he has this trauma in him. He claimed to be strong, but he has not fully gotten over it. Since then, he has been treading with caution. He wants to support them a little bit, speaks well of the military every time, even when they are messing up. He speaks well of the police. He doesn't want to offend them. Once in a while, he latches at the DSS, but that fear is in him. Sometimes he goes like, if I'm by tomorrow, just know I tried my best. Those are words from a man that is afraid of anything that can really happen to him, which I perfectly understand. So, but now, looking at the country, if you are not really enjoying the wickedness going on in the country, if you are not benefiting from it, the fame and the monies, you cannot tell me you are not enjoying some of the, ripple effects of the suffrage of Nigerians because you have come to limelight. People have, given you the benefit of doubt. They've made contributions physically, financially, emotionally. They've invested in you. So if you want this country to move forward, it's time to join the Peter Obi movement again. I understand. I'm one of those who also criticized Mr. Peter Obi for not leading a protest to demand his rights because he won that elections in 2022, 2023. But Peter Obi also answered us that he has learned that as an Igbo apprentice, though he's going to be a Nigerian president, that in Igbo land, when an apprentice has served Oga, they settle them and they leave them. And sometimes all those apprentices even do better than the Ogas. He spoke in parables there. He has learned his lesson. He's a better person now. And if you watch the way he talks now, it's different. It's like Peter Obi is watching our program. Because most things we complain about, the man is tackling them. The way he's engaging the media now, the way he has brought young people into his circle, the way he has, carried himself, the way he came out during the protests for electoral reform. He was not doing these things before. He talks now freely. He's not afraid anymore. So that is why I changed my mind a few days ago. Okay, since he left ADC, I changed my mind because I was indifferent at some point. So I believe in Peter Obi. He's our kamikaze now. He's our Nali Matenjare. He's a man that we should, give him that support he needs now. We must come out. We must speak about PVC, and we must also speak about defending our votes. We must take it fire for fire with the APC now, because we know we've been to school now since 3 years now. There are some degrees that you can acquire in 2 years, in 3 years, some diplomas, some certificates. So we know the modus operandi, the modus vivendi, and the apparatus and the apparatchik of these guys, how they operate when it comes to elections. Looking at what is going to happen if we allow them to have their way, we have to be ready to buy with these guys come election period, come election day. So we must be ready to take the bullet this time around. I know Peter Obi will do his own in his own voting area, in his own voting unit. And also he will do his own with his national chairman. And I trust this set of political leadership with the NDC. I'm not saying they are perfect. From the body language, trust me, I was the first to also spot out Abure when I noticed his body language. But with what I'm saying, the NDC leadership, especially in Dixon, the senator, trust me, they are ready to go headlong on a collusion with the APC government if they want to try any nonsense. So I'm happy with what is going on. Nigerians should, continue the movement. We should spread it in God. We should express ourselves in the streets of Askelon. It's time to blow the trumpet. It's time to go again on that massive campaign, on that rallies, on that encouragement rally, on that 1 million man march in different cities of the country. It's time to hit the ground again. You know, in 1998, Brazil almost won the World Cup. They did well, but they lost it narrowly to France. And the competition was held in France. They lost it to one man, Zinedine Zidane. Guess what Brazil did? They went back to their country. They planned again. They went to their drawing board. They came back in 2002. They came back in 2002 with a certain injured Ronaldo. Guess what? They won that competition against all odds, beating Germany in final 2-0. You know, so we did go to the final in 2022. We can win this trophy now in 2027. We can do it. It is doable. Tinubu is beatable. Tinubu is overrated. Tinubu is an overrated criminal, an overrated drug lord, an overrated heartless borough specialist. He has this insatiable quest for money. He's an overrated wicked man, and wicked people don't stay long in power. So wicked people are the most fearful people. That's why they are doing everything they can. Now they are bringing Jonathan Goodluck. They've gone to create city boy movement against the obedient movement. They are buying governors. They are doing everything instead of creating jobs, instead of creating electricity, instead of tackling security, instead of making the country viable for the young people who live in diaspora to bring their investment back home, instead of creating healthcare, instead of investing in education, instead of tackling the bad roads. All they do is borrow, 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 borrow. Watch Nigerians, die every day. Watch them destroyed every day, and this has to stop. So Mr. Peter Obi and Kwankwaso, it couldn't have been better. A PhD holder, a former two-time governor, a former defense minister. I give it to Kwankwaso. It is going to be a battle of the titans in 2027. The biggest people that will stand for Mr. Peter Obi and Kwankwaso are the people. And I know the NDC leadership will do their best, and they will do better than the Labour Party leadership. And finally, for Randy Peters and Mama P, I support them regardless of what very dark man has to say. I stand with them because these are people that have been consistent, they have been fervent, they risk their life, they do things that me I cannot do. Me, I don't care to be on the front or at the back. So long I'm on the train doing my little bits, I'm very happy to be part of the movement. Randy Peters is our brother, Mama P is our sister, and we stand with them. VDM needs to grow up. He needs to grow up. I hope Justice Crack gets his justice soon. Mr. Elvis, thank you for the job you're doing. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Mr. Alex. Thank you for your wonderful submission. God bless you. I appreciate you. Okay, guys, we need to move on now to Black Panther. Black Panther, you finally have the floor. Talk to us, my brother.
Let Oga Jonathan go ahead. After him, I'll come in.
Okay, wonderful. Mr. Jonathan, talk to us. Good evening to you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Elvis.
Sorry, sir, Mr. Elvis. Mr. Elvis. On the message you sent me, I'm still on it. I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay,
I'm coming out for ABC in any position that's available. I'm working on it. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, sir. Mr. Jonathan, finally.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. I agree to. God bless you for the good work you are doing.
Yes, sir.
My fellow panelists, I greet you all. You're all welcome. God bless you all greatly. And Mommy Diaspora, good evening, man. Good evening. Good evening once again. God bless you abundantly. And my fellow commenters and callers, all prospective callers, I greet you all. You're all welcome. God bless you greatly. Yeah, another interesting day in Nigerian politics. I just want to concentrate on politics today, just politics, First of all, even before I come to the interview, because I have one or two things to say on that interview, to me, which is those two things. But I think I will leave one. I will only concentrate on one. I will leave one. I'll concentrate on the other. You see? But I'll come to that later on. But first of all, there's no way I will not talk about the video that you showed when they're talking about the borrowing. You know, we like deception in Nigeria. We love it so much. One of the things that we love so much in that country, unfortunately, is lying to ourselves. You know, but we must bring it out so that we can learn from it and possibly stop it for our own good. You know, when they say Mr. Tinubu is borrowing again, and today or yesterday, Mr. Tinubu himself in Kigali said the government of Nigeria will be using 11.6 billion. Just hear that number, $11.6 billion, not naira, dollars, just to service the debt, just servicing. And when people hear servicing, when they say servicing is not just like you are paying the principal. Pretty much you are paying the interest. The principal is still intact, especially when it comes to sovereign debt. That is debt owned by countries. You know, many countries have stopped doing that, but Nigeria is still in that shadow. When they say we are servicing that, you are using 11.6 billion, and I can tell you for free, out of that 11.6 billion, about 8 to 9 billion, about 80% of that money is just interest only. They are just paying interest. That is the definition of you are servicing. They are paying interest only. But that is a lie too. Because when you do the maths today, $11.6 billion, 11.6 billion, just do little arithmetic, just convert it to dollar. You are talking of about 30 trillion. That's about 30 trillion naira. Yes, it's about 30 trillion naira. And they said that is half of Nigerian revenue for the year. So that's a lie, right? Nobody can tell us here in Nigeria today that Nigeria is going to get 60 trillion in revenue in 2026. That's a lie from the pit of hell. It ain't going to happen. 60 trillion in revenue. So you can see you can see where the reason why these people kept on borrowing. Because if you say that 11.6 billion is half, what you are telling us is 30 trillion. So half, if that is half, that means that our revenue is about 61 trillion. But that is a lie. That's what I meant by we love it lying to the government. That I always say, don't believe anything. And this is coming from no other person than the president of the country itself, the number one man. Where did he get that from? Is that propaganda? Or he doesn't know what he's talking about? Or he just have to say it? Simply put, the correct position is that almost all the revenue that Nigeria will get in 2026 is going to pay debt. So you can see why they need money to do all that. So he has to go borrowing. To add salt to injury, the borrowing is not even used for the purpose they are meant for. They will steal a larger chunk of it stolen. So you can see why the country cannot develop, the country cannot move forward. It is one thing to be using all your revenue to pay debt. It's another thing to now be using the money you borrow for things that they are not meant for, to be stealing that money. That's not even double jeopardy. That is, I don't know what to, that is monumental jeopardy. Colossal jeopardy. Because the entire money Nigeria will get in 2026, we can do whatever they want to do, maybe about 45 trillion. I'm just being generous. So when I look at how much internally, how much Nigerian customs has brought in. Because that is the main source where the money is coming from so far in 2026. It's about 9 trillion. So how will they, this is May, how will they get to 61 trillion by the end of the year? They just lied to us. So that is the first thing that we must know, that these people are misleading, they are clueless, and they are taking the country nowhere. So that brings me to Mr. Peter Obi. See, everything he said, we're not hearing it for the first time, but we must continue to listen to it as we enter this election cycle. We must continue to listen to it so that people can know who this man is. Because don't let us be naive. There are still so many Nigerians who doesn't know this man. They don't know him for who he is. Contrast everything he said or he's saying with what we are experiencing now in Nigeria with the current Tinubu administration. Just take a deep breath. Just look at, just compare what he's saying alone to what Tinubu is doing now. And you will say that we don't need what he's saying if we really want to move forward in that country. Where do you want to start from? You have a president who just sit down at Aso Rock, just sit down there since the day he was sworn in. The only thing he does is to take his presidential jet, fly to France. The moment he comes to Nigeria, he stays inside that Aso Rock. He's going nowhere. And they will come and be loading him with lies. But because he's clueless, because he's not as informed as he's claiming to be or he has claimed to be to Nigerians, he's not even as educated as he has made Nigerians, those who want to believe. Everything they bring to him, he takes them. And he's governing Nigeria based on those information, those lies that they are feeding him with. How could you be a president for 3 years running now? You cannot say you have visited any higher institution in Nigeria. You cannot say that you have visited any medical institution or medical educational institution in Nigeria for a visit, firsthand, to see what is going on there. Not the type that you did in Plateau, not that type that you will say there is no electricity, you only have 10 minutes. No, you will spend like 3-4 hours. You will be there. You will be there. You will see. That is what president does. You will go there. You will see what is happening. You will go to 4-5 states in a month. That is the only way to rule Nigeria. If we like, we can continue to lie to ourselves till kingdom come. If you don't have a president who is mobile enough to go and see things firsthand himself, we aren't going anywhere, because all these self-centered, self-serving politicians will be feeding him with lies. But when they know that you can decide, even without telling your staff, you only give them for security purposes, you only give them a day or even hours notice that we're going to this state in the next 24-48 hours. Because in Nigeria, they know how to patch things up. They know how to pretend very well. Tell a governor now in Kebbi State that you are going to be there in 2 weeks' time. They will patch everything up for you. They will patch everything up. You don't even need to tell them your itinerary, where you are going to visit. Because if you do, they will patch things up for you. That's one advice I want Mr. Peter Obi to take note of, which I know he will do that. Because if you tell them, they will tell the governor in Nigeria that you are coming. That is the issue. That is which state has he visited? Let's leave that alone. We're talking about education. Mr. Elvis, let me quickly round up on this because there is no time. Let me quickly round up on this. Talking about education, the Minister of Education came out the other day, 2-3 days ago, and he lied through the roof. Everything he said there was lie on that interview, that channel's interview. We saw today a primary school in southeastern Nigeria in 2026. In 2026, 21st century, in Nigeria, primary school students are still sitting on bare floor, on sand. And some people will be telling us that the government is doing something. You have the audacity to still be putting that out of your mouth. You don't want change. You don't want to go forward. What I will just tell Mr. Peter Obi on this interview, I said I'm going to, one thing that I will say is that on this interview today, they will use it against him. They are going to use this interview against him very well. I've seen 1 or 2 things that they will use against him. Mr. Peter Obi knows it. His handlers will have to tell him he must be, Mr. Peter Obi must, going forward, especially when the campaign purpose. Mr. Elvis, let me put this out there for people to know. Please, Mr. Peter Obi must not try to dodge questions. He must be specific on what he's going to do in terms of timeline. You don't need to tell Nigeria, tell these people exactly, but you must respond to those questions. That I want to say. We just have to say this out, because if he cannot continue to commit that error, he cannot. This APC are waiting. The likes of Morkan, they are waiting, and they will start bouncing on that. I guarantee you. So Mr. Peter Obi must address that very well. I understand his position is reason, because anything he says now, Mr. Tinubu will start.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
So that, I'll leave it there, Mr. Elvis. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. Are you ready now? Next person?
No, next person.
Okay. Okay, Prince Collins, please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you. Prince Collins, you are not there. Oga Chris, please talk to us. Good evening, sir.
Sir Jarrett, good evening, sir. Thomas, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's good to be with you again. I always look forward to these beautiful evenings. Thank you very much for everything you are doing, for building this wonderful platform. Yeah, we don't come again, and I know how we do it now. It's about Nigeria. It's about getting this nation to work again, to move forward, to be that nation that it's supposed to be, to stand amongst the committee of nations that are destined to be developed. Nigeria has all the potentials to become the greatest nation, not in Africa, but in the world. And yet, look at where our silly leaders have left us. They've left us unclad in the marketplace. Before we dig into the meat of the matter, let me say good evening to everybody on the comment section. And all of you listening to us from all over the world, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I hope you are all doing well. And people calling in, I extend the same greetings to all of you, the people on the panel. Mr. Jonathan, good evening, Oga Black Panther, Oga Alex, and Prince Collins. All of you do well. And of course, the evergreen Mommy Diaspora, Mommy, we love you so much. Good evening. I hope you are doing fine. Continue to do this that you are doing for all of us. May the good Lord continue to bless you. You see, Nigerians, we are here again. Oga Jonathan, don't even look far. You will send your position, they will lash out on this interview. They've already started. Bayo Nonuga has started.
I know. I know.
He's everywhere. He has already
but I'm
started.
waiting. We're waiting for them. We're waiting for them.
The thing the man was just masturbating about was The gun, when Peter Obi said that even if you put a gun in his head, he's not going to stay 1 minute, 1 day longer. Now, only that one, Bayo Mononuga, focus on. Despite the brilliant interview this our amiable Peter Obi gave, my own with this interview is that it just justifies everything we are saying on this panel. Every day I've been saying this is what this man is going to do differently. It wasn't praise singing because the man just came out to repeat the same thing. Is 4 years going to be enough? Is 4 years going to be enough? The man made it very clear that you cannot build a nation. Even if they give you 2 million years, one person cannot finish everything. Everybody must come with different perspective. I was glad he mentioned John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy is not far from me here. His family house. It's not far from me because he's originally Irish. He lives in Westford here. He didn't stay up to 4 years. But today, you cannot write the history of John F. Kennedy without mentioning his name. Many people like that. And if you guys must know, Nelson Mandela, after doing 4 years, he said he's not going to continue. But that 4 years, he made impact. He made solid impact. He was able to reconcile everybody together and carved out a new South Africa that everybody ought to be proud of. But look at what they are doing to that country. In the same vein, this man has said, see, the issues are very clear. It is only with law. It stands in the Danish High Court. In Denmark, that's what stands in their Supreme Court, sorry. It said, med law skal man land bygge. It means it is only with law you can build a nation. Nothing else. It is only with, there has to be law that everybody will follow. It doesn't have to be from the perspective of democracy. It can, whatever it is, it can be socialist law, it can be whatever kind of law, as long as that law applies to everybody equally. Nobody is above that law. That nation will definitely prosper. In China, do they have democracy like the type we have in the West? No. But they have a system in place. Before you can become the premier of China, there are certain things that you must fulfill before you get to a certain age. And there's a committee of 40 wise men. Anytime they want to pick a president, it has to be from those 40 people. All of them is capable of moving China forward. But we don't have such laws in Nigeria. If somebody comes out, the person has not qualified, what do? We start bending the laws to fit that person. Instead of all of us adjusting to fit with the law that we have. Rather, we bend people, we bend institutions to pander to the dirty qualities of the leaders we are presenting. And yet, somebody come and say you have to blame the West. Look at, I'm very glad, Ogajana, you talk about that school, 2026. You look at that school in a state as cosmopolitan as that, then you want to sincerely tell me you want to blame other people for that? You want to blame other set of people for that? See, as long as you don't have empathy, there's no way you can rule a nation. You cannot govern a nation. Because in the little world, the big men, the bourgeois, in the little world they stay, everything seems to be okay. They don't understand what hunger is. They don't understand what quality health is. Because they have all this at their beck and call. So it has to take an extraordinary man to be able to fit yourself in the shoes of the downtrodden. And that word, it's a single word that covers that. That is empathy. Not until you have that empathy, you can never ever rule as a leader. Because if Tinubu and the 40 thieves we have as leaders, if they had the least iota of empathy, they will understand that removing fuel subsidy ought not to have been done in the manner they did it. They ought to have considered the impact that will have on everything, because fuel is a security commodity. Everything you do, the commerce, the heart of commercial activity in Nigeria runs on fuel. It's a nation that you don't have electricity, people rely on generator, people rely on fuel in every aspect of their life. Then you come to power, the first thing you do is to remove it in an arrogant manner, in a commando manner, without thinking of what impact it will have on the poorest person on the streets. And the same West we blame every day. Anything they want to do in the West, they will look at the impact it will have on the poorest person. That is how they set their standard. But we wake up, we go about our duties as if we don't care who we are. We just go about as if the next person, it doesn't concern you how they live. I'm glad the man has said his institutional is coming to build institution that will surpass and outlive everybody. That was how they built the FBI. People can say, oh, the acronym FBI, Federal Bureau of Intelligence. Go and look at the history properly. It's fidelity, brevity, and integrity. That was how they built the FBI. It became bigger than the president that started the FBI. But what do we have? Look at our EFCC. What do they use that for? Political witch hunting. The man has told you he's coming to maintain the rule of law. This is what we have been preaching on this panel. Thank God he has said it with his mouth. So nobody was speaking for him because we understand the kind of person he is. That's why we've been preaching all this. He talked about education. How else can you liberate your people if not through education? And when we talk about education, see, get it clear. It's not about university degree. No. Education encompasses so many things. Technical education, civic education, everything put together. People have to use their hands. Some people will have to use their brain. All of us cannot be the same. That is why in advanced society, where I am now, the exam we call the GSS 3 exam, if you write it here, the system will automatically separate those people that will continue to university and those people that will continue to technical school. They go and learn something with their hands. But what we do here, even if we have the child of big men, even if they are not academically okay, we keep pushing them forward, reducing the cutoff mark, making sure people from the southeast, southwest, south, they have to perform 3 times better than the people in other sections of the country, especially the northeast and the northwest, before they can be granted the same access to the same academic institutions. So what kind of leaders, what kind of academicians do we think we are creating? Creating unnecessary inequality. You don't rule, you cannot run a nation like that. And yet we are surprised that we are where we are. The man talked about health with his mouth. Look at what he has been doing. Every month, he has to visit 2 health institutions, 2 educational institutions. He has to fit that into his already very busy schedule with all the dragging left, right, and center. He's not bothered. He's not perturbed. But he has to do this for you and I. That is what you have to remember at every point in time. Anytime you throw aspersions at this man, know that he's not doing it for his own comfort. He's not even doing it for the sake of becoming the president. What manner of man saying that he's going to spend 4 years there? That is a question you ask other leaders, they will dodge it. They'll say, well, let's get there first, depending on what we find there. This man has repeated it several times. So if you are thinking he's interested in wearing that appellation of becoming president of Nigeria, he doesn't give a damn. He said he's going to do 4 years. All he just wanted to do is to let us know that this thing can be done, and it can be done in our time. 220 million people, you have just 3,000 megawatts of electricity. That's all we have to share. With 20,000 megawatts of electricity, at a cost of about $3 billion, we can have electricity in Nigeria that will be stable. So just imagine what they're suffering all of us for since in the 60s. Just a paltry $3 billion. Yet they will not do it. Do you guys really think that we are not able to give ourselves electricity? Or they refuse to? The cabal, the cartel in this energy business, they make sure that it's not going to work. The same thing with the refinery. I'll round up in 10 seconds. The same thing with the refinery. If one man can build a refinery, ably supported by a whole nation, then you tell me one nation cannot have a functional refinery that can serve the needs of its people. Wow. Well, Mr. Anjaros, thank you for the opportunity, and everybody, thank you for listening. Let the party begins.
Thank you, Oga Chris. And so we see him. Thank you very much, Oga Chris. God bless you, sir. Okay, Oga Chris Collins, are you there? Okay, you are still not there. Okay, let me take on my last videos quickly.
No, let me talk before
Then
the
I'll
video.
come back to you. Those of you
Yeah,
that
I'm here. I'm here. You can take your love, but I'm here. I was just trying to unmute. I've got network issue. Even before Chris started talking, I was here.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Oga Chris Collins. Thank you.
Okay. Close
Okay, thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Let me stand on the existing protocol. Why I tell us to not to forget the fact that, including you, Mr. Elvis, not to forget the fact that we have a project going on regarding our energy program that we want to install back in Nigeria for continuous broadcast. So don't always don't make sure you don't forget to put the account at regular intervals so that people that have not had access to it can easily access it. So if you don't mind, you can put it while I'm talking on so that we can briefly, emphasize on that. So that those that are willing to contribute, even if you've contributed before, we are still begging you to let it happen again. And no matter how small, no matter how big it is, we accept you and we appreciate those that have not contributed at all, because having it in mind at all is a sign of efficiency. So I will appreciate us to not to always forget the fact that the project need to be executed as soon as possible. I'm talking about the solar energy power that we need in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, my fellow panelists. Yeah. Oga Peter Obi, let me speak on Peter Obi's issue, because I don't normally like to speak on issues of that very dark man. He's a young boy. It's a situation. It's a glorified young boy that came out of a Nigeria situation. For me, I don't attach importance to people like that, because they are trying to contribute their little effort to the society. And when you are trying to do what we support the people, or you're trying to support the people positively, and people are behind you, you begin to grow wings. And when you grow certain wings, you will be. It just the shortest way is power corrupt absolutely. Absolute power corrupt absolutely. So when people give you mandate to do things, you take the wrong choices at times, and you don't even know where and when you say things that you're not supposed to say. So I just pray that God should guide him, because he's doing very well. I just pray that God should give him wisdom and knowledge of understanding to be able to know when and when to speak, so that he will continue to do what he's doing, because he's done very well in the area of supporting the poor. I will not do away with that, but he's got a lot of issues to take care of. He's got emotional issues to take care of. I think, just as Alex said, maturity is also there. He should be careful and need a coach that will put him right, so that he will continue to progress doing what he's doing. And that is why I see Shore as a distinguished freedom fighter, because he's been there for a very long time. He's been able to keep his reputation intact, even if he has his own weakness, because there's no complete human being on earth. But Shore have tried for the past 4 decades. He's been there, and he's been consistent and resilient. So you should look at Shore and learn from him. He's too young to say things that he says at times. Then I'll go to our principal, Mr. Peter Obi. He's spoken very well. I'm here to hear those that are going to give counter interview or submission about him, which they always do. I think for me, I think Peter Obi has got a lot of hidden agenda that I wouldn't want to open up to Nigerians or to the enemies, the opposition party, because from the way he's talking, it's like he actually know what to do, and I've always trusted him for that. And anytime he comes for interview, he's always very, very straight to the point, and he's always handling it. May God help him so that we have a person like this that will set a crucial pace for us to follow. Because for me, there is when you talk about democratic leadership, there is foundational governance. When you, like a situation of like Nigeria, what we are looking for is foundational governance, governance, or leaders that will come and lay that foundation, sacrifice whatever they have to sacrifice, and lay good foundation for us. You know, a pace-setting leadership. That's what we need right now, because what we have in Nigeria is just as Fela described it, is a confusion, breakbone. You know, when you look at it, you cannot say in this kind of place there's going to be a positive outcome, because positive outcome has direction, destructive outcome has direction, except those that are not reasoning properly, those that have got low mental capacity, that cannot reason properly, that will say, okay, the way Nigeria is going, this will be good very soon. Oh, may God help us. But it won't work, because God has never, intervened in any nation that is working today. God has only given us wisdom to act as and when due. But if you don't, you remain where you are. So it's only Nigerians that will fix Nigeria. So we need that foundation. That is why when he say 4 years, I believe he actually know what he's saying, because what Nigeria needs is just a foundational governance that will come in just 2 years. Just 2 years, they'll clean everything up and lay a good foundation. It's just like a musician in Edo said, late to Oshiomhole, he said, we need a leader that would tell the people, that will show everybody pepper and show everybody the truth and bring everybody to light. And this can be done in a very short time. So somebody that will give us the light of where we need to be, let us know this is where we are supposed to be, so that if any government is coming in to change that level, everybody goes, hey, what did happen? That is civilization. Government we go open everybody. Now we need, because the issue now, concrete foundation we will not get. In a nation like Nigeria, democracy, they don't follow democratic policy. They don't follow because they don't get for the team. Everybody just run up and down, they defend, they carry money, they enter us. In a nation that work, every day you wake up, you see reasons why you have to wake up. When you are going out, in the evening, you know what you are going to achieve for that day. In weekend, you know what you have achieved for the weekend. Month end, you know what you have achieved for the month end. You can predict the end of the year. That's a society that work, not place like Nigeria, where people just wake up and say, hey, they're just young and say, oh God, I will work out today. God help us. Not be so society they be. So the only thing I've seen that we have in that Nigeria, one thing when I see for them, say, we are not together. Because we are not together, things are very difficult for us. We are not together, and there is no center of gravity. If you are not together, you won't have that center of gravity that you'll be holding on to. And when there is no center of gravity, it means that there is no, because there is no love among us, that center of gravity is not there. So we cannot share anything in common. Nigeria was not created by Nigerians. It was created by the evildoers that came to use us for business. So if we are talking about China leadership and all that, it is completely different, because these people, they know what they are doing. They are communists, but it's working out because they've already laid down plan. They've come together to sit down and say, okay, this is what we want. Nigeria has never sat one day to say, okay, this one I waiting we want. They never sit down one day. They just, everybody here, they pity up and down, not go concert, go collect all year. East go west, go collect what they want to collect. Not else go carry farmers for their village, they give them weapons, may they drive villagers come on, so that they'll feel spread the mineral resources where they did the ground. Then governor will come out, they go to form innocent man, say, okay, if everybody will there will give them the 50 burial, I'm not worry. Then everybody will come up for village, they'll give the camp, then before you know, they'll carry tractor, carry different friends to center the community, go to spread the solid mineral, then aircraft they land every day, helicopter they land, they pack the ticket. That one, the country not feel work like that. People they buy, nobody talk anything. How can't you want to work? So if Peter Obi come, for them to even fix Nigeria, Peter Obi go offend too many people. Now God go even save the country for that 4 years we want to read, because the people were there on ground. The collapse where they hold it too long. You get to hold similar collapse to follow them. So what I'm seeing is that this kind of confusion, what we need, if Peter Obi can do it, if he rule for 2 years and see that we are not coming together, he should just do something funny to let everybody go on their own and see if we can be serious for once. Nigeria need to be in 4 regions. Let everybody struggle in their region and let us do things properly. The way it is now, it can never work. Do you know that all the solid minerals in the north are being exploited and it's not coming to the center? The northerners are just explaining the certain. That is why they are causing confusion in their land. They know what they are doing. All this mala. They know what they are. All these Fulani people. What is just they happen for their land? They use their people. Use in the name of Boko Haram, in the name of insurgency. They use their people till they exploit solid mineral. They pack and go abroad. They keep the money. Now they do. Whereas the natural resources where they south is being used to fix the country. They are even borrowing in addition. They know what they are doing. It's just a joke. Nigeria is a joke. So if Peter Obi is coming for just 4 years, I pray it comes. He's going to lay that foundation. The kind of foundation we're expecting to lay is to make sure that every Nigerian is recognized. Just as he said, every Nigerian must be identified, and you don't have to know anybody before you can be whoever you want to be. That is a country that works. I changed my bureau, that is my council, recently. I changed my council recently. The local government chairman wrote me a letter and told me to go and register in their electoral system. When I registered in the electoral system, they wrote me, they told me, they analyzed the reason why I should go and vote. They were telling me that my vote is very important. They were appreciating me registering. Then they now told me that I should make sure I vote in this coming election because it's very important, because that will determine, it is that vote that will determine the kind of life that I will live. It's a letter that they sent to me, addressed to me personally. That is a community that works. Nigeria, all the voters card, they'll go bury them. They'll carry go through where? You see somebody they farm, they dig a hole. You can't see voters card. You pack like 1 million comments where they go ahead. Down are people who want to make country work. When they say what did they support appreciate, or they appreciate them. Look at here now. Kestama is in trouble because he made silly mistakes. He didn't select good leaders. They're asking him to go. Nigeria system is a system that needs to be totally overhauled. Everybody, may they pack their load. Who want to come out? Who want to make the country fix itself? Because the way we go, nothing will happen for that country. Because anytime I think of the fear dick, because you don't feel the think of something, may not see where you go and where you come. You don't in the middle. You just be like person the middle of is it lake? Is lake now? A piece of water surrounded by land. That's a lake now. That's the way Nigeria is. No progress, no movement. So we are in trouble. We need a leader that can actually fix it without looking back. And the only person that can do this is Peter Obi. And that is why you see that they are making sure they marginalize him to the highest, to make sure that he's not going to come out successfully in this election. So Peter Obi, as he's coming out, the people should follow him. Let's get ready for a revolution to take this country from these evildoers. Thank you very much, Mr. Najawas, and God bless us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, God bless you.
I'm ready.
To us. Yes,
thank you. And I hope you're giving my time, full time, because we have a lot of things to speak on. I want to thank you, Nigeria Watch, once again for giving us the platform. I want to thank God in your life. Thank God for giving you the fruit, the spirit to come up and set up such a beautiful media for every one of us to be partaker of it. You were not selfish about it. but you were ready to give. And may God continue to bless you and fill the gap you have opened already. May God fill it in abundance for you. I want to thank Mommy in diaspora and everyone that I've been speaking. Mommy, you are awesome. I love you so much. I know one of these days we will meet. When we meet, we will celebrate you. Seriously. I know how to celebrate well. Well. And I want to thank all our viewers and speakers, eloquent speakers. And like I said all the time, the best of Nigeria is out there. We are one of the best of Nigeria, speaking without any altar or filter, but bringing forth the truth, both in economics, politics, and geopolitics. Because every one of us need to dive into geopolitics, whether we like it or not. It's going to be part and parcel of what is going on in the world. The world is a global market. We should be very attentive to what's going on. I want to start by saying from what our prince said. He said Nigeria is not one. Yes, all of us are seeing it. All of us are seeing it. That is not one. All of us are seeing it. That is not one. Yes. Now, the question we should be asking, how would Nigeria become a formidable entity to become one? One, we have to look first, we have to look at our foundation. We have to look at our history. We have to bring back history into the curriculum, unfiltered, into the curriculum of the Nigeria educational system. Because that is where you get it to the average Nigerians, to every child born in the land. That is how you get it to them. And now, sorry for that break in transmission, please, sorry. And how do we do and get our country together? The first step we should take, which I've mentioned the preamble, I said, look, we need to get this back into our curriculum because people need to know how we became what we are today. People need to know how about the amalgamation. People like VDM and co, they don't know how this country became. They don't even know the founding fathers. They don't even know anything about them. They don't know anything jack about the country. That is why when they will speak, they speak with something. There's no hope. There's no utter of boldness in them. Because when you know your land, you'll be bold to speak fervently. You might be dishing out what in your own wider, in your own mind, you can be doing something well. But if you don't know the history of your country, the solution you will never get. You only speaking on the politician, but bring solution, you cannot. One, the first solution, we have to bring back where all the units of the country have to agree on the Jonathan Constitutional Conference. It is a good book to start from. It's a book that spelled out true federalism. It's a book that went into a wires documentation. It's postulate. It's a book that knows and talked about how the civil service should be structured. It's a book that has spoken about state policing. It's a book that has spoken about the resources of the country. It's a book that has spoken about how the judicial system will be reformed. It's a book that has spoken about the independence of various arms of the government. And it's a book that has spoken about accountability, where we have none again, never again, we one man sign the check of a nation. That book has spoken about it. And it's now left for whoever loved the country to bring that book to pass and start working on the book. We need to have our constitution. Sir?
Black Panther, 1 minute, sorry.
Yeah.
Oga Jonathan here talk something about that book. When I first raised the issue, Oga Jonathan asked one simple question. Why Goodluck not sign that document when he don't lose election? When they don't do that thing where they do for election, he knows it was going. Why did he not sign it? That question where Oga Jonathan asked is still a ring for my head till today. They have used insecurity to remove you from power. So why did you not sign that book? As you were leaving, you don't already lose.
Thank you very much. That is why we are today. I am very angry with him. He might be a good man. Yes, he's a good man. Yes, he had the country in his heart. But how do you now do something that you know will take away all these vampires that want to steal the wealth of the nation? You must be bold, and you must take any president that comes to power that says, oh, I am afraid because of this. You are just being compromised. Now, after doing that, we have to make sure the president has to, because it's going to be difficult, but we can do it within 6 to 7 months. We can get that accomplished. The president has to hold his pen and put his authority on it, because when the president talks, it is final. We have to do something that every region must adhere to it. It's a must, because we cannot go back on the constitution that was given to us. We cannot quote the linking or whatever you call it from British constitution. We cannot do with all those things anymore. We have to do something that is with us, and that must be accomplished without no compromise. And I want to say, yeah, you see, when our father, Theo, Peter Obi Okute, was speaking, I understood what he was saying. He was talking about the rule of law. And when you are talking about the rule of law, every parastatus have to be strengthened. One, security. And when it comes to security, it's not what you can speak in the public. But I know one thing for sure. All the institutions shall be made independent. Education, I would advise the incoming president, Peter Obi, I would advise he should take education to the state. And every resources should be given allocated to it. The resources that have been in the hand of the federal should be given to them. Because when we give education to the state, it will give enough work to the governors. They will have enough work to do. And the government should set up directorates that will place the rules and regulation and the do's and don'ts, like what you have in the Western world, the do's and don'ts. Thereby, you are going to reduce the number of things burden on the presidency. The presidency should own not less than 10 parastatals because of national security. And I will advise that the president should bring up a national security apparatus called the Homeland Security, not the NSA. The NSA has been hijacked. It should scrap the NSA. The Homeland Security will be an apparatus that will monitor the defense and the territorial integrity in a COVID format, like what you have as the FBI and co. They should monitor it, and it will bring about all Nigerians should have a social security identity. We need that because we are one. We want to make people, when people come into our country, if they love our country, they love our culture, they can decide whether to be a citizen or not. They should be proud of our country if we come together as one. I want to say this. Peter Obi also, it's an advice. Peter Obi also should not, one of our brothers, Jonathan has given it, should not run away from questions. But he should be very slow in answering it and be very tactical. Because what you answer today is waiting for you 3-10 years' time. Your people are going to use it against you, and they are going to make reference. As you have read a book, you read a book and you went to the author and you asked him questions. So also, whatever letters you put on the ground, on the tabloid, for the generation yet unborn to remember, they will also try as much as possible to locate you and come to you and ask you questions. Because you are driving a ship that is sinking. You are about to bring that ship up and mend that ship and bring that ship to normal. Therefore, you are an epitome of a new letters that everyone, every Nigerians, every new generation will like to learn from. Therefore, my father, you have to make sure you answer it as it is. I know about security, but every other things I know. In our health sector, yes, the health sector, you have the federal government have to handle the health sector for some time, and later, if it gets stronger, later now hand it over to the states. because we need to practice true federalism. We need to give power to the grassroots. Because if you disseminate power to the federation state, the people will get involved. But if you give power to the central, the people will not get involved because it's too far from them. And what I mean is too far, the resources of the country need to be nurtured by the people. That is why I believe in nationalizing a lot of companies because of national security, because of geopolitics. We need to nationalize a lot of companies. Nationalizing a lot of companies does not mean that you take the shares of anybody. America is here. They've nationalized a lot of companies because of national security. All they need is that the country, America, has more shares than you that brought it in. That is it, because of national security. I think Nigeria should look towards that. Because companies, look at MTN. They are breathing on Nigeria facts and they are denying it. Look at what's happening in South Africa. South Africa will spend $61 billion to make sure that they are where they are today. And they are maiming our citizens. Hell no. We have to do something to bring them to a round table, to bring them to their knee. And how do you do it? You have to nationalize whatever is theirs. That will make, because Ramaphosa used that thing to campaign that other nationalities are taking their jobs. And that is how how far most Nigerian, most African presidents, that is how far they can go. They can allow one thing that they know that they are going to breathe fire in the future. They will use it to climb to power. That is what we always say. The road in which you get to power, if it's from the back door, you will always find it hard to govern. And that is why Ramaphosa is finding it hard to govern. Because he has jumped through the back door by spilling lies. And the lies have led to what we call killing of other nationalities. That is what you see. It can only happen in Africa because we are yet to know who we are. We are yet to love ourselves. That is why we are playing politics. Like I will always say, politics is not a game. Politics is service to your fatherland. That platform has been giving us to come in. Anyone can come in that give himself that I want to serve my country. I want you to come and vote for me because I have something to give. And when you give it, people will see it. That is how we want Nigeria to be. We need for unity to be, for us to be one. We need a new constitution. And that has been settled. We don't need to spend money on it. We need to take that GJ book, dust it, and bring it to the round table. 6 to 7 months, we can get that done. And Nigeria will move forward. On light, electricity, I will speak on that. Thank you very much.
Okay, Black Panther, thank you very much. I appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for your submission. God bless you. Okay, I would like us to move on right now. Before I come into others, I would like to play these videos that I talk about today. Then we'll take it from there.